When it comes to cultural necrosis, this one just about takes the cake, and all the other pastries too. Introducing Ms. Lena Dunham. Now, Lena is anything but, lean. She's another in our series of portly harpies designed to captivate the hearts and minds of girls everywhere. They aim to enamor women with the idea that they can be dumpy, overeating schlubs and still expect to attract men who aren't. Nothing's more delicious than having your cake and eating it too, huh girls? Being a fire starter and a virtue signaler can be hard, but our gal finds a way to piss off just about everybody, including her own liberal ilk. Lena once said she'd get married when gay people could get married. She didn't do it. Why? Well, because the timing wasn't right. Why do something just because of what you said before?
We were hiding behind fake liberal ideals. No, we clearly...
Then why say it in the first place, you may ask? Anyway, she also said that if Trump became president, she'd 100% be moving to Canada. Well, she 100% didn't do it, but to be fair, she's not alone. Lena stated she wants to be a mother someday, but has also wished that she'd had an abortion, for seemingly no other reason than sticking it to the man. Obviously, abortions are little more than trophies for the left, and ammunition against the right.
It's quite simple, really.
Ms. Dunham is a person who will call for the extinction of white men, while unironically rattling off the typical ad hominem liberal laundry list. Of course, as our customers well know, it's impossible to be racist against whites or sexist against men. However, a tweet years back from an old journal of hers said, "I dreamed I was a prostitute and that I molested a little African-American rodent." That's the kind of thing that raises many sorts of questions like, what and why? All PR is good PR, I guess. And for Lena, raising controversy is a piece of cake. Lena's had a lot of creative credits, often writing, directing, and starring in her projects, like 6 seasons of her HBO show Girls. This Pink Globe even got a Golden Globe for it. And let's not forget her autobiography, a New York Times bestseller, Not That Kind of Girl. In one part of this book, Lena writes about her times in ultra-liberal Oberlin College, where she claims she was raped by the mysterious Barry, a mustachioed Republican in purple cowboy boots, as she puts it. We all know the type, am I right, ladies? Can't even leave the house these days without tripping over one of these guys. The one bad thing is that the only Republican named Barry at Oberlin at the time didn't match Lena's lively description at all. But that didn't stop this Barry's name from getting dragged through the mud due to what some might call libel. Lena's book publishers might agree, considering they ended up offering to pay for his legal fees. Writing things like "I'm an unreliable narrator" or "Revulsion can quickly become desire when mixed with the right muscle relaxants" probably didn't help her case. Might have even offended rape victims who don't conflate drunken regret with violent sexual assault. Of course, we must never, ever challenge proofless claims. We must take the oppressed at their word. Victimhood and emotion are the only facts our regressive customers need to succeed.
I'm sorry, I can't go on.
That's okay. Your tears say more than real evidence ever could.
Lena occupies space in many places like on Ellen or The View, where the resident biddies congratulate her tremendous achievements as a societal tumor. At one point, she references Donald Trump's "grab her by the pussy" comment as a
horrifying admission of sexual assault.
Say, that's rich. Almost as rich as the $3.5 million she got for writing her book, where she made her own admissions of sexual assault. And we're not talking about old Purple Boots Barry. In multiple parts of her book, Lena describes several interactions with her sister Grace, who is 6 years her younger. They shared a bed till Lena was 17. In one part, Lena describes sometimes slipping her hand into her underwear to figure some stuff out as her sister's sticky muscly little body thrashed beside her. In another passage, she talks about kissing or touching her sister by bribing her with quarters and candy. Quote, "Basically anything a sexual predator might do to woo a small suburban girl, I was trying." Furthermore, there's that whole strange baby prank Pebble story, but we wouldn't want to give away the whole book here. There's enough here to make Lena some enemies for sure, but look, Lena was only a kid herself, okay? Doing normal kid things. Plus, you can't charge a kiddie for being a kitty diddler. You gotta cut her some cake. I mean slack. Fighting against the oppression of women is hard. It's no surprise that Lena would eventually waddle her way into the world of politics. Who could forget when she rapped and stripped for Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign in her sensual pantsuit music video in what was perhaps Funny or Die's easiest ultimatum ever? Some people just don't appreciate art, I guess. I'm sure Hillary liked it. Great minds think alike. In fact, Lena's interview with her revealed no shortage of parallels between her and the extremely relatable former Madame Secretary.
And I did some of the early work on identifying and deciding what to do about child abuse cases.
Who better suited for the job? Hard to find people who care more about these issues than her. When Hillary practiced criminal law, it was her job to be the defense of her client, an alleged child rapist of a 12-year-old girl. She did a good job convincing people he wasn't guilty, except herself.
Took a lot of different tests. I had to tolerate. She passed. She forever destroyed my faith.
Criminal defense is a tough job, but somebody's got to laugh about it.
Well, this guy's ready to come to New York and spread this miscarriage of justice.
Her lovable, scandal-drenched hubby Bill cares about girls too. Maybe as much as his buddy Jeffrey Epstein, billionaire and underage prostitute solicitor and registered sex offender. Bill's visited his private island of Little St. James via the Lolita Express on many occasions, with or without Secret Service. Oh, if walls could talk. And let's not forget Obama consultant Hillary's campaign chairman and would-be Secretary of State John Podesta. He and his DC socialite brother Tony are men of refined taste, which is partially reflected in art in their offices or living rooms. Works by the same artist reveal a certain common muse. And to think John was this close to becoming the globe-trotting chief foreign policy advisor of the United States. How will he give the kids of the world a helping hand now?
All right, you're hanging out with Hillary Clinton. What are you guys doing?
We're talking about how to rescue girls and women from global oppression, and we're talking about how to steam and preserve our pantsuits.
This unsightly, revolting mass of moral and physical decay shows she can be even uglier on the inside than she is on the outside. But as long as she still gets her attention, cash, and notoriety, she'll stay afloat, as whales do. As for the young women and children she supposedly fights for, well, let them eat cake. Now that's regressive. Call or click today.
Now I'm gonna grab me something sweet.
No, Mr. Simpson, that's sexual harassment. If you keep it up, I'll yell so loud the whole country will hear.
With a man in the White House? Not likely.